everybody, this is Bonnie from Bonnie's Creative Place, and I am here today with this cute front floating, I'm not even sure what they call this card. Let me see. I think I might have wrote it down. I should have had that on top. Oh, freestanding fun fold. So let me get this out of the way. It stands like this. So when it's open like this, it would sit up and stand like this. And when you mail it like this. It's a very fun, not very hard card, but hard to explain in a blog. I had this card on my blog hop, not on my blog hop, on my blog, sharing this new wonderful framed forest set that is out for right now is a pre-order that you could pre-order it. Now the paper and the little gem things are, and the other bundle that comes with it, this little festive sayings, are while supplies last. But this bundle here, it will be carried over into the mini in January. So if you want to get your hands on the paper and all that stuff, you need to do it now. The paper is phenomenal. I'll tell you, you might want to get a couple packs of it because it is so wonderful. But anyways, this was the card that I made for my blog hop, which will be going out on the 26th of November. So I wanted to do a video to explain how I did this. And I'm going to set that up over there. Now I did change it up, and I'm going to be using the Christmas seasons, and I pulled in this wonderful paper that is called the Brights of Holly. Yeah. I don't have my glasses. But anyways, I'll make sure I correct it on the video. But anyways, it's got so much holly and so much fun stuff in there. And I just fell in love with it. And I'm like, that's the perfect card for this. So that's what we're going to be using. I did a few things ahead of time because my main concern is to show you how I put this together more than, you know, the other stuff of the card. So I already went and pre-cut a lot of my paper and stuff for you. I will give measurements as I go. Okay, so the first thing you need is you need a base piece. This is a base piece. Now you can make this card out of one sheet of cardstock, and you will have one little piece of this of the base color left. In this case, my base color in this one was Night of Navy. My base color in this one is going to be Crumb Cake. So you need a base card that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then we need a piece of Whisper White. This is layer 1 of the base. And this is 5 1/4 by 4. And we're going to just go ahead and add this right to the card. I gotta find a tape runner here. Here we go. Okay. So you're gonna put this right down here. Now, if you wanted to do any stamping, if you wanted to decorate the inside, I would do it before you stick it down. I didn't do it on this one yet, but I would do any greeting, whatever you want to do it before you stick it down in case you make a mistake. And just to let you know. Now we're going to set this card aside. Now we need 2 panel pieces in the same color as the base. And both of these are 2 3/4 by 5 1/2. Now we're going to bring in our score tool here. Let me make sure I have room. I'm not knocking anything over, and that you guys can see. We're going to score at 1 inch. I'm going to score at 1 inch. And then we're going to move it over to 2 inches, and we're going to score again at 2 inches. Okay? So that's what it looks like. I know it's hard to see. I'll show you again. So here we have it at 1 inch. Now I'm left-handed, so my cutter's upside down, but Just as long as you score at 1 and 2 and you'll be fine. 1 inch and 2 inches. Okay. All right. So then we're going to put this away. So now you can either score on the score lines now, or you can score on them after. I choose to put my paper down before I scored on the lines. So you might not be able to see where my score lines, I sometimes have trouble seeing where my score lines are. So we're just going to go with it. So on this side, on the left-hand side panel, there's 2 panels. I want you to put the smaller, because this is a 1 inch, this is a 1 inch. This is a 3/4 of an inch. Turn it so that there's a designated left and a designated right. Okay? So this is a right one and this is a left one. So now what we're going to do, I want to show you the scoring. I'm going to score this one so you could see. We're going to score down and you're going to score down. So this is what your card, what they should look like. Okay, so here we're just going to score them. It's easier for you guys to understand in the video if I score them now. You could still lay them semi-flat to get your stuff down. So this is what they look like. Now we have to designate each one. So I'm going to flip this one over so that this one is going to go on the left actually. And this one is going to go on the right. See how I have the little, I don't know what you want to call that, like a half square. So I have them just like this. This is the left side one, this is the right side one. And we're going to put the right side one away. On the left side, this front panel, we're not going to put any DSP. Not going to put nothing there. So we're going to lay it out. Right here, I've chosen, because you want to have different colors for your DSP. So for this spot right here on both of them on the inside, I chose to put this green DSP there. It coordinates with the whole bundle. So I'm going to flip it over and I'm just going to add some snail down the middle, and I'm going to put this one right here in the middle. Okay. Now on this side, okay, we have that there. Now on this side, flipping it over right here, I want another piece of DSP. And this is where we have 2 more that are a 1/2 inch, because this is only a 3/4. Now these ones were a 3/4 inch because the spots were 1 inch. So I'm going to put this piece right here. And this is on the left-hand side one. So it looks like that. This is what we got going on so far, okay? So we're going to set this over here out of the way. We're going to bring this one in. We're going to put this one right here. And I'll show you on the base card, on the original card. Okay? Now on this one, I want a piece. See, this piece right here is this piece. This piece right here in the front is going to be this piece. So I've picked out another one, and this is where in the directions on my online, on the blog, it says you only need 1 for the front of this. That's what this means. This is why I'm doing it, because, oh no, I did it on the right side. I thought I did it on the wrong side at first. Okay. So there we go. So we have that. And then this piece, we have to flip this over like this, and that's going to go on the small skinny side. And this will all make sense here in a minute. Okay. And this piece is going to go right here. Oh. Okay. So these are our 2 mechanisms. Oh, I put down the wrong side on that one. Oops. My card, I wanted the polka dots, and now I've got these the holly on this side and the polka dots on the other side, but it is what it is. Okay, so we're just going to leave that off to the side here. And then we're going to bring in our front panel. This is what is called the front panel. Now I know what difference does it make, Bonnie, from the back or the front? It doesn't. Just pick one side to be your back, and then the opposite side will be your front. So what we're going to do is, if you have grid paper or if you have a ruler, I line this up like this. And I gave you good directions in the thing for this. So you're going to take your ruler, put this right here, and a pencil. Grab a pencil. And you're going to put a tick mark right at 1/2 inch. And then you're going to go over and you're going to put a tick mark at an 1.5 inches. Right there, because the first one's 1/2 inch and 1.5 inches. Okay? Then you're going to come up at the top, up here, and we're going to put a tick mark at the 1/2 inch, and then we're going to put a tick mark at the 1.5 inches. Okay? Then we're going to take our ruler. This is why it doesn't matter, because it's going to be the back side. You're not going to see any of this. And you're going to go from line to line. And then we're going to go line, if I can get it here, make sure I'm on it, line to line. Okay, so now we have this, and this is the back. Okay, but before we get started on what we're going to do with that, flip it back over, and we're going to create the front. So I have a piece of cherry cobbler here, which is, let's see, 3 5/8 by 5 3/8. All the measurements to this, just in case I'm saying something wrong, are over on my blog. The link to my blog is in the description box below. So if you want to write down the measurements, you don't have to do them now. You can write them down later. Okay. I just loved this paper. Oh, I just was like, oh, I gotta use this one. Okay. All right, so here, so now we have this. So now we're gonna decorate the front of this a little bit, like I did here. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've got a few pieces of things here. I used this bundle, and I've lost this is an older bundle. I think it was in last year's, but I've lost my die cut that cuts out these pine cones, so I'm gonna have to fussy cut them out. So I was a little like, oh, I lost it, but it'll be okay. These have been sitting. I think they should be dry enough. I will find out here soon enough. Oh, those are my cutting scissors. Here we go. Alrighty, and we're just gonna fussy cut this. And then I'm going to get a scrap piece of paper here, and I am going to bring in this cute little Merry Christmas. I hope it's big. No, that's not big enough. Let me get in another one. That one's too big. Too big, too small. There we go. And then I'm going to bring in, I think I want to do it in the cherry cobbler, because I think that will be very cool. And then we're going to stamp this up. Make sure I get the whole thing. And it says, Merry Christmas. You could have this wintry theme too. You could have it say anything. Change the season, you know, because all this stuff is out during the winter. And then I think I'm going to fussy cut this, because you know me, if you've been around me for a while, I just have a thing with fussy cutting out. And you could change this up to, hope you have a wonderful winter. Thinking of you through the, the winter season. Okay, so now the fun thing is figuring out what we want to do with all this. So I got Merry Christmas here, kind of like I did there. So I like that. And then I think I'm going to place these down. I may pop them up. This is how I create my cards. I think of how I want them to go. And then I'm going to put this berries here. Definitely will be popping some stuff up. Maybe I could put a pine cone right down here, like that. And I have this, and I think I might put this over here on the other side with the other pine cone. Yeah, okay. And so let's put this together. I think I definitely want to pop all this stuff up, so we're just gonna flip them all over and get some dimensionals and go to town here, okay? Thinking right about here looks like a good spot. So we'll put the pine cone down. Then we're gonna make this little cluster. I only put one on here because I thought maybe I might want this one to go over top of it a little more. And I do like that. And then this one can come, can come out this way a little bit more, like that. It's okay if it hangs over a little bit because you have a little play on here on both sides, so it's okay. And then we'll take these berries, and just so you know, I stamped the holly in Mossy Meadow. I stamped the berries in crumb cake. And then, and cherry cobbler, I stamped the pine cone in crumb cake. So, you know, and then I think this will be cute, just kind of like over here. And it's okay if it sticks off a little bit. Yeah, and I'm just going to lay it flat. I'm not going to pop it. I think it'll look cute. Okay. Just like that. Okay. All right. And then we'll do this on the other one. Now that we got our front decorated, now it's time to start putting the card together. On the panel that you did not put anything in the front. So this is the front panel. So that goes on this side. That's your right one. This is your left panel. And it goes on this side because there's nothing here. So we are going to add glue and we're going to attach this right down here. So I like to use liquid glue when I do this because it gives me a little leeway. So I'm going to use liquid glue. You can either put it on this one or put it on the other one, whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter. Then you're going to take the edge of this and line it up with your pencil line that you connected. Okay? And then we are going to hold it for a second. Let it get all adhered. Rub around with your fingers a little bit. Okay? There we go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put glue on this piece. The piece, not the side that has the paper on it, the DSP. We want it on this side. Okay. I'll put that on here. Okay. And so that I make sure I'm not didn't put my stuff upside down. I'm going to look at it. And we are going to line the edge of this right up with the edge of the crumb cake on here. Okay? And this is why I like to use the glue, because it gives you a little leeway while you're making everything stick. Okay? So here we go. Got that down. You could have made your DSP, I guess, on this side, on inside here, a little bit bigger. I did a 1/2 inch, but maybe you could have made it just a little bit bigger than a 1/2 inch, because then you could see it a little bit more if it was out a little farther. Or don't go dead center, move it this way more. But I still think it looks cute. Looks really cute when it's sitting up. All right, now we're gonna do this piece. So now we're gonna put glue on here. Okay. I'm gonna need to get this out of my way a little bit. So it opens like that. I was trying to open it the wrong way. So make it open like that. And take this piece, and it, unless you have directional paper, it doesn't really matter, but I'm okay. And I'm gonna put this right up to the edge of this one too. And just hold it for a second. Okay, there we go. So now we have this. You could, another thing you want to do, once you've like got them on where you want them to do, work, you know, make your paper work for you. So put, if you want this more this way, keep creasing it this way, okay? And however, but now we're going to decorate over here. And I think what I want to do, just looking at it from here, I think I just want to add this here and then maybe pop this up on a dimensional and put it right there. And I think that might be cute. Now this, I think I'm going to use some glue dots to put it down so that it'll stay down quite nice. So I'll use several glue dots if I find where the beginning is on this. Here they are. Just be careful of, like, be mindful if you're going to have any sticking over off the, so you know where to put. Oh, I'm getting glue dots on myself. Okay, I think I can put one here. I think that's about all I can do. Yeah, that's good. Got one stuck to my fingers. All right, and now we're going to put dimensionals on this little guy. You could actually add a bow, a little ribbon or something here too. That did not work. I don't know. I can do that with the little ones, but for some reason I cannot do this with the big ones. I'm only going to put 2 because I'm going to have this sticking off the page and I don't want it to be anywhere it shouldn't. I don't want it to get sticky. Oh, that looks cute. And there it is. That is the card. And then to close it, you just push these in and then it goes right in a standard size envelope. And then when they get it, they open it up like this and they can read your message. And then it's meant to stand like this when you're done. So I hope you enjoy it. Like I said, all the directions to these are over on my blog. The link is in the description box below. And I hope you go over, check it out. Click follow because there's so much information over there, and I do lots of blogs. Every Saturday I post something on my blog, so make sure you go over there and check it out. All right, everybody, thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.